Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is coming out of southwest Detroit. These are live pictures from Sky 4 as shots fired at police have led to an all-out manhunt and a neighborhood on lockdown.
This is one of the two people they are looking for, 22-year-old Kyle Joseph Cherry. Police say he is armed and dangerous.
We're learning that this incident unfolding right now is connected to the overnight carjacking of an off-duty Harper Woods police officer.
That incident was captured on a gas station security camera. You can see it here as a man walks up to his truck, pulls a gun out and orders him out. Then you see a minivan will pull up to block the escape here.
Yeah, police arrested that carjacker a while later in Melvindale, but as you can see in the video, others were also involved. That leads us to the situation that's unfolding right now in southwest Detroit. Mara McDonald is there live with new information. Mara.
Kimberly, here's the situation. We've got to be judicious in what we show you out here because Detroit police are on the move. That said, here's the short version of the situation. Police believe that the accomplices to that carjacker who carjacked that off-duty police officer fired on Detroit police officers in southwest Detroit late this afternoon. They have a known suspect that they're looking for here, Kyle Cherry. They say he is on the run in southwest and is to be considered armed and dangerous. A Detroit police surveillance unit was fired upon this afternoon near Dix and Lanyo. Police believe the men inside were involved in the carjacking of the off-duty police officer.
As the officers that began from the 4th precinct to initiate a traffic stop, one of the suspects in that vehicle, there were two in this vehicle, fired several shots in the direction of the officer. The good news is no officer was struck by gunfire. And those suspects got away.
A witness told me he heard about 4 rounds go off, and the men inside, a black Honda Pilot doing the shooting, took off. They dumped their SUV a short distance away near Gartner and Beard. They took off running and are believed to be holed up nearby. This isn't just a case of carjackers either. Sources tell us Cherry has made death threats against police officers, which is why there is a heavily armed presence blanketing southwest Detroit right now.
Yes, he is armed and dangerous. We have identified him. We know who he is, and we know he is a threat to law enforcement. He has a very extensive criminal history. In fact, we think this crew is involved in other carjackings. We think the white minivan that was involved in this morning's carjacking was taken in a carjacking the night prior. We haven't confirmed, so there's still a lot of details that we're not certain of, but we are dealing with a very armed, tense, and dangerous situation right now.
Back here live, police clearly believe Cherry and at least 1 or 2 others are in the immediate area here in Southwest. They are asking neighbors to stay inside their homes while police essentially have a manhunt on their hands looking for this crew. We are live in Southwest Detroit right now. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara, you go ahead and work your sources, and we'll check back in with you at 5:30 for another update. Thank you.
Last night's rain just kept coming. Not only did it make a mess of the morning commute, but it also put the hurt on some small businesses. The cleanup continues in many Metro Detroit communities after last night's storm, especially in Macomb County. We want to take you on a tour of just some of what happened. And for reference on the map here, here's I-75 north to south. Here's M59 east to west there. And let's start at M59 in Mound Road there. Flooding forced the freeway to close, leaving cars stranded in the water. You've seen some of that. And then as we come out here, let's take an aerial look from this morning. This is what commuters had to deal with at 14 Mile and Groesbeck. And the problem here is that it wasn't just the roads. It was, as Nick Monticelli shows us, some small businesses were forced to close because that water just would not recede.
Good evening. When the question is asked what happened, the answer is fairly simple. It's not a matter of what happened, it's how it happened. The infrastructure just could not keep up.
Some water came up in here.
Tom Dempsey is one of just 2 able to get inside his Fraser shop today. It's pretty obvious why.
Well, actually, I've got some employees that can't even get in right now unless they have a truck.
Other businesses can't open at all, like this Fraser car wash that's more like an island, or the Sterling Heights Secretary of State branch, where floodwaters got through the front door. Problems first showed up overnight as water filled M59 near Mount, then 18.5 and 19 Mile roads, and then water so deceiving even tow trucks needed tow trucks.
You know I'm embarrassed, right?
And many roads were still impassable throughout the day, like Grossbeck near Kelly, and many residents waking up in disbelief.
I'm just absolutely flabbergasted at how much water there had to have been to cause this kind of movement of everything out here. I have electric set up for this fountain, and it's not working because it just got completely drenched and probably blew the line on that.
But why so many problems with just one storm? It's a record-setting storm. So much rain in such a short amount of time.
That is an extraordinary amount of rain. Between rivers rising and just between the infrastructure trying to mitigate and get rid of that water, it's just, you get overwhelmed.
In Sterling Heights, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
And we bring Ben in here now for a little context into last night's rain.
Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of rain. Some people didn't get a drop.
Yeah.
This all happened on a very small, almost micro scale, things that we don't normally track in a weather forecast. And here's the setup. 7 o'clock, it looked like kind of what we were expecting. We were very focused on sort of the bigger scale, what was going on in the south zone. And yes, there were showers and thunderstorms, and yes, there was rain, but nothing like what happened right there. There's that very small stretch. We knew there was a stationary front there, but what also happened to make the matters worse, because there was moisture pooling along that front, some of those thunderstorms in the south zone, there was an outflow boundary that migrated back to the north. So that just sort of compressed that moisture right along that front and just kept lifting it over and over again in this very small area for about 4 to 5 hours. And it was that central part of Macomb County that really saw the worst of it. All of that south of M59. Some places almost 6 inches of rain in about 3 hours time. We do have rain in the forecast. Nothing like what we saw last night. And we'll take a look at the timing in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Well, tonight, police say they're closer to figuring out why a Marine City man was stabbed to death in Dearborn. We're told police are talking to a person of interest in Monday's stabbing. 26-year-old man was killed. He was found dead just after 7 a.m. on Monday. It happened at a Dearborn home on Apple near Ford Road. That's a residential area that neighbors told us is usually quiet and calm. Right now, police say the investigation is ongoing.
A big step today for the new FCA assembly plant on Detroit's east side.
The first piece of structural steel went into place at what will be the plant's paint shop. Our Rod Maloney was at today's event and shows us how work is quickly moving forward on a project that'll bring thousands of jobs to the city.
Yes, it is a construction site, so we have the vest, the goggles, the hat, safety first. But this plant is more than just simple construction. It's an evolution of the city of Detroit. When you consider the plant's been here about 100 years, but now they're going to take 2 old engine plants and turn them now into one big assembly plant. This is no simple I-beam installation. It's the first of 299 vertical paint shop beams. Fiat Chrysler Paint Facilities Chief John Powell got a bit misty.
It just shows that FCA is going to be here forever. There it is.
Iron workers ritually sign the first rib. They're also quickly moving out here so FCA can start building 3-row Jeeps and Grand Cherokees by the end of next year.
I think it shows that the Motor City is still the automotive capital of the world because we're still building assembly plants here.
New assembly plants are a vast improvement over the old. The shop floor scrubbed so shiny you can eat off of it. It's intentionally environmentally friendly, collecting all the rainwater runoff. One of the things that Chrysler wants to do is to fit more easily into the neighborhood. So they're putting a wall up here as a sound barrier. They're going to put ivy and the like plants on it to soften it up. It's 10 feet here, but as they get down by the marshalling yard, it's going to be 18 feet high. And project manager Eric Gotel is excited about one area.
So there's a lot they're doing on the paint shop to help control emissions and to be one of the least polluting paint shops in the country.
Okay, so I get to take all of this off now, but one of the things that they talked about, it's not just that paint shop, and in fact the whole factory is going to be perhaps the most environmentally friendly plant in the entire country. In fact, they say it's going to have half the emissions of the plant next door, which is Jefferson North, and they've already been trying to reduce those emissions. Back to you.
Yeah, so exciting. So Rod, how big will the plant be once we finish next year?
Well, it's going to be 1 million square feet, and they've run into problems because there's a lot of cement in the ground from the old plant that they've had to dig up, get out of there, and then put in the new cement that they want to do. But also remember, we're talking roughly 5,000 jobs at this plant.
That's so awesome. Okay, Rod, thanks.
Rod Maloney, safety first.
That's right.
Right. It may be one of our state's best kept secrets outside of the state, but it looks like it isn't going to stay that way for long.
Ahead here at 5. A best of list is putting Michigan in the spotlight, but that might not be good news for us.
And things going from bad to worse in Hong Kong. What protesters pulled off today that's being felt all over the world. And here's Hank.
The work finally getting done. The sinkhole solution, it is coming. A big relief to people in this neighborhood. Help me, Hank. New tonight.
Okay, Hank, we'll see you in just a bit, but first we want to update you quickly on that breaking news that we brought you off the top of the show here. Right now, police are staked out in southwest Detroit searching for 2 carjacking suspects. We're told those suspects shot at police who were trailing them this afternoon. Police have connected the suspects to the carjacking at gunpoint of an off-duty Harper Woods police officer that happened last night.
Police say Kyle Cherry here is one of their suspects. They warn he is armed and dangerous. He has an extensive criminal history and is said to have made threats to police in the past. We'll continue to follow this story and have an update for you at 5:30.